What's up everyone, and welcome back to another video. This one's going to be a little crafting video because I've been getting a lot of comments and remarks and questions on how I crafted my KMCS. But first, before I get into the crafting detail, I've owned a couple other ghillies, Arcturus camo being one. Great ghillie suit for starters, but the difference that stands out to me on the KMCS is that on the Kicking Mustang concealment system, it has this stop rip mesh, which is wider and easier to craft, which you can still see some of my zip ties showing through. So I'm gonna lay these out and show you guys a couple steps of how I craft my KMCS and how Kicking Mustang stands out further than anybody else. Before I go into detail on this, I am not sponsored by Kicking Mustang. I am not sponsored by Skirm Shop. I am just here to help you guys in your crafting. The main purpose of this video is to show you guys how I do my suit for my area and what works. As you can tell, I have lots of this ground ivy. I have it in several different colors because a lot of ground ivy grows and it is variation of color which will blend in no matter where I go on my field. And then I have some brown leaves here, the little cheap leaves that you can get on Amazon, eBay, whatever you like. And I dye them using either RIT chocolate synthetic dye, or I use peacock green on my greens, or I use iDye poly green or brown. So let me show you how I prep my brown leaves, which I have seen in several other videos on crafting as well. So we're just gonna take these because they have that reddish tint, and we're gonna burn the edges and some in the center to show you guys how to make them look more like dead crumpled up leaves on the ground. How I do mine, I just take a candle, get it lit, which is kind of hard to see that it's lit. Go around these edges. Preferably do this outdoor because of the fumes of the dyes. It could get a little overwhelming for you. As you guys see, I just burn them just a little bit to get rid of that reddish tint. And some I will even burn while holding to give them a more dead leaf effect. You can do this either way. The candle is a lot easier. I'm just here to show you guys simple ways to make your leaves look more dead. I'm just going to show you on a couple of them real quick. And then here is a lighter color. It's greens and browns. You don't really need to do much to these. Just hit it in a couple spots and you see how it actually tore a little bit, which makes it look more dead, more crumpled up. And then hit a couple of your corners to make the leaf look more dead. Now let's go to attaching them to the KMCS. Now attaching leaves to the suit is very simple. I have now a dead brown leaf. I obviously have the wrong color zip tie for it. But just to show you real quick how this works. With Kicking Mustang Stop Rip Mesh suit, which this is the green 0 available on Skirm Shop right now on sale. Like I said, I do not have any affiliation with Skirm Shop whatsoever or Kicking Mustang. I just like the suit simply. And then you can simply attach it, and then your suit will start looking a little bit like this, where I just attached the brown leaf right there to give it a little tone. It'll start looking like this, and then I will go ahead and zoom in on a couple other spots. As you guys can see, now I have more browns attached just to add that dead leaf effect. So if I am laid out camping and somebody walks past, it looks more like leaves that fell out of a tree on top of ground ivy. As you guys can tell, I've done the hood with a few different variations and added raffia. So now we will go on to how I do my raffia versus how others do theirs. Okay guys, so as you can tell, I have my raffia here. Let me get rid of that distraction in the background. There we go. I have my piece of raffia, thick piece of brown. I just simply go find a good spot to set it at. I will grab the suit. Instead of going in between the mesh, I actually tie it to my leaves I've attached to make sure that they hold their depth. And then I tie it on up to 2 to 3 times before splitting this. Now, instead of it being a wide chunk of grass right here, I will show you how to break that down real fast, because I don't like big spots showing my location, because something that stands out in the field will be a definite giveaway. I like the thinner beads of grass that you can see in the field that are dead. I obviously have 3 colors of raffia I use. I use a green, a tan, and a brown, which I do not have the brown here, otherwise I would show you that. I do all my own raffia dyeing instead of purchasing it from big stores and such. So now you have a patch of raffia all completely done, which will blend in with the rest of the suit. So as you guys can see by this little crafting, I've created my own version that works for my field. The main thing that you do not want to do, you do not want to craft your suit the same as Kicking Mustang does. Kicking Mustang knows his locations before he crafts, like most ghillie snipers do. I know Clean Shot and several others craft to their locations. If you craft to theirs, you would only be able to claim and play at their fields. If you do it to your own fields local to you, unless you travel, you are better off to go to your local field, scout what works and what vegetation is there. On my suit, I do not have the bands because I do have the KCMS Green Zero, or KMCS Green Zero, not the full thing. The full green suit has the banding where you can attach your natural vegetation. What you can do on this is attach rubber bands by zip ties, and once you get to the field you can add natural vegetation on top of what you already have crafted. And like I said, he has the stop rip mesh, which you cannot rip this. The other 2 suits I have definitely are a lot easier to rip. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any questions on how I craft my suit, you can reach out to me on any of my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, or comment down below, and I'll be trying my best to keep up with all the comments. So definitely, if you guys enjoyed, please give a thumbs up. And until next time, I will see you out on the field, but you may not see me. Have a good one, guys.